Once upon a time, in a beautiful kingdom, there lived a kind and gentle girl named Cinderella. She lived with her father in a large house, surrounded by colorful flowers and green trees. Cinderella was cheerful, helpful, and loved by everyone who knew her. Sadly, Cinderella's mother had passed away when she was very young. After some time, her father married another woman who had two daughters. At first, Cinderella hoped they would become a happy family, but her stepmother and stepsisters were selfish and cruel. They were jealous of Cinderella's beauty and kindness. A few years later, Cinderella's father also passed away. From that day on, her stepmother treated her like a servant. Cinderella had to wake up before sunrise, clean the house, wash clothes, cook meals, and do all the hard work. Her stepsisters spent their days wearing fancy clothes and giving orders. Despite her difficult life, Cinderella remained kind and hopeful. She believed that better days would come. One bright morning, exciting news spread throughout the kingdom. The king announced a grand royal ball at the palace. Every young woman in the kingdom was invited. The prince would attend the ball and choose someone special to marry. When Cinderella heard the news, she became excited. She dreamed of attending the ball and seeing the magnificent palace. Her stepsisters immediately began preparing. They bought expensive dresses, sparkling jewelry, and elegant shoes. Cinderella helped them choose outfits and style their hair. "May I go to the ball too?" Cinderella asked politely. Her stepmother laughed. "You go to the royal ball. Look at your clothes. You belong in the kitchen, not in a palace." Cinderella felt sad but continued her work. The evening of the ball arrived. The stepsisters dressed in beautiful gowns and left with their mother in a grand carriage. Cinderella stood alone at the window, watching them disappear down the road. Tears filled her eyes. Just then, a gentle voice spoke behind her. "Why are you crying, my dear?" Cinderella turned around and saw an old woman with a warm smile. It was her fairy godmother. "I wish I could go to the ball," Cinderella said. "Then you shall go," replied the fairy godmother. With a wave of her magic wand, something amazing happened. A pumpkin transformed into a magnificent golden carriage. Mice became elegant horses. A small dog became a coachman. Finally, Cinderella's old clothes changed into a stunning silver gown decorated with sparkling jewels. On her feet appeared a pair of beautiful glass slippers. Cinderella looked at herself in amazement. "You look wonderful," said the fairy godmother. "But remember, the magic will end at midnight. You must return home before the last stroke of 12. "I promise," Cinderella replied. Soon she arrived at the royal palace. The palace was glowing with thousands of lights. Music filled the air as guests danced and celebrated. When Cinderella entered the ballroom, everyone stopped and stared. They had never seen anyone so graceful and beautiful. The prince noticed her immediately. He walked across the room and bowed politely. "May I have this dance?" he asked. Cinderella smiled and accepted. The two danced together all evening. They talked, laughed, and enjoyed each other's company. The prince felt happier than he had ever felt before. The king and queen watched proudly as their son danced with the mysterious young woman. Hours passed quickly. Suddenly, Cinderella heard a clock begin to chime. She looked up in alarm. It was midnight. "I must go," she cried. Before the prince could stop her, Cinderella ran from the ballroom. She hurried down the palace stairs. In her rush, one of her glass slippers slipped off her foot. The prince picked it up. "Wait," he called, but Cinderella had already disappeared into the night. As the final stroke of midnight sounded, the magic ended. The carriage became a pumpkin once again. The horses became mice, and Cinderella found herself wearing her old clothes. The next morning, the prince could not stop thinking about the mysterious girl. "I will find her," he declared. He ordered his servants to travel throughout the kingdom, carrying the glass slipper. "The girl whose foot fits this slipper shall become my bride."